As I was going through pictures to put in this video, I was like, man, I was bigger than I thought I was. No wonder I was so unhappy and unsatisfied with my life. It was just because I had let myself go so much. Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. I am Libby, and today we are going to be talking about my 6-month transformation using a ketogenic lifestyle. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I post recipes, update videos, and some tips and tricks along my way. So if that's something you're interested in, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Today, we are going to be specifically talking about the last 6 months. So let's talk about that. So before we actually get into the last 6 months, I want to take you guys back a little bit further. I'm just going to give you a brief history of me, what my diet and all of that kind of looked like as I was growing up, and all of the diet culture and things like that. So let's talk about that first. My earliest memory of dieting had to be around 5th or 6th grade. And just saying that, like, really breaks my heart. Like, who in 5th and 6th grade, it just needs to go on a diet? But anyways, that's the reality of it. Around 5th and 6th grade, I remember I started dieting, which was basically just calorie restricting and not giving myself enough nutrients that I needed. This pattern kind of went on all the way through high school with I would lose weight with the calorie restricting, work out insane amounts, and then it would come back on. And then I would do the same thing. It would just, all of this yo-yo, this up and down and up and down. I struggle with binge eating. I struggle with overeating. My emotions completely feed what goes into my mouth. Like, they are in 100% control at this point. I'm sad, I'm stressed, I go get all the snack foods and everything like that. So that is my pattern of eating. My pattern of eating is you eat your emotions, you eat all the convenient foods, you eat the standard American diet. That's what I grew up on, was fast food, quick food, middle class family. Both parents worked. We just had to get quick, easy, cheap food. And I think a lot of us can relate to that because that's how we grow up, and that's how we get stuck in this cycle of just these patterns of eating for our emotions and convenience, and not actually thinking about the food that goes into our body and what it does to our body. So in 2017, I found the documentary, like I'm sure a lot of people did, The Magic Pill. Okay, I watched that, and I remember specifically the gal with cancer. She kind of, like, a little bit of a light bulb went off when I watched that. I'm like, oh wow, this diet is powerful, or this lifestyle is powerful. And so I did more research on it, and in 2017, or maybe even 2018, I started keto. And I did keto for about 6 months after, 6 months after I watched The Magic Pill. And I lost 25 pounds. I was 225, I remember that. And I got down to 205. So I lost about 20 pounds in 6 months there. But then I was just graduating from school. I was really struggling to find a job. And those awful patterns came back, and I gained all of it back. And jump to October 4th, 2020. I weighed 230.6 pounds. Okay. My highest weight that I got to when I was pregnant with my son was 228. So I weighed even more than I did when I was pregnant with my son. And that really, really hit me hard. That's when I kind of was like, I need to do something. I need to do something. And I need to stick with it. Because I knew keto worked for me. I knew I could do it, but I needed to stick with it long enough for myself to get the benefits of it and make it so that it was a habit and really make it a lifestyle change. All right, let's move on to what's happened since October 4th. So a few reasons on exactly why I started. My family has a lot of health issues in it, and a lot of them are heart issues. My family's had a lot of strokes, a lot of cancer, a lot of type 2 diabetes, all of the things. And I wanted to give myself my best shot. And after researching keto, and it can help prevent type 2 diabetes, as well as insulin resistance, which we know insulin resistance leads to type 2 diabetes. I knew that I needed to make that change because I have seen the effects of diabetes on my family, my very close family, and I needed to do better for my son, and I needed to do better for myself and actually respect myself enough to care about what I put into my body. So I also knew that keto could help me heal my relationship with food. I obviously had a really bad relationship with food. It was pretty toxic. So I needed keto to help me figure out healthy eating patterns and stop the overeating and the binge eating. I also noticed myself just getting more stagnant. I was not being as present with my son. I didn't want to be as active with him, walks to the park, playing with him on the park. And that's not the kind of mom I want to be. I'm only 28 years old. I have so much more time to be active with him. And I needed to make that change as well, just for him and trying to be a more present parent. And of course, the reason most people start keto is to lose weight. But I knew that losing weight, I would also gain all of these other things as well. I have learned that the key thing, I even wrote it in bold and highlighted it on my notes, is patience. We have got to be patient with ourselves, with the process, with society. Everybody knows that keto is a buzzword. And I've had some pretty deep conversations with people about keto. I go fist to fist with people on it. This lifestyle has seriously changed my life and saved my life. So I'm obviously really passionate about it. So you have to be patient with people who, they're not in your shoes. They don't understand your journey. They might think that this is a super restrictive diet because you're cutting out all of these food groups. But that's their opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Do what's best for you and what feels good for you. Eating bread and eating carbs doesn't feel good for me. It doesn't work for my body, and I'm not going to do it. No matter how much somebody tells me that I need to eat carbs and I need this, I shouldn't restrict this. So that patience with that has been insane. I have to have patience with that. But also patience with myself. I am my worst critic, and I'm sure you guys are the exact same way. We are all so hard on ourselves, and I have really learned to be patient with myself. I need to give myself grace, which, talk to me a year ago and say, give yourself grace. I'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? I need to get stuff done. I don't have time for grace. I have time for grace. I have time to forgive myself for the mistakes and the patterns that I have let myself get into and relearn everything surrounding nutrition and food. Also, being patient with the process, okay? Keto is not a linear, you start here and you're going to lose weight and you're going to end up here. It's an up and down and up and down, and the scale might be here for a little bit and then you a little plateau and then it drops and then a plateau. You have to be so patient with yourself and the scale. I try not to pay attention to the scale too much or the inches and things like that. I pay more attention to how I feel. That has only happened in the last 3 months of keto. The first 3 months, I was focusing a lot on the scale and the inches just because I wanted to see the numbers drop. That's something else I have learned, is you can't focus on those things. You have to go by how you feel, what your eating habits look like, everything like that. Because if I just went by the scale, I would probably be pretty discouraged by only losing 1 pound to 2 pounds a week. But those non-scale victories of your pants are fitting looser, your belt went down another notch, that jacket that didn't go around your hips now goes around your hips, a coworker telling you that you look fit, these are all the things that you also have to keep in mind along this process, because the inches in the scale aren't always going to move, but there are still things changing within your body and within your eating habits and with your mindset. So it is ever evolving, and the process it's a long one, but it is completely worth it. And you guys, if you only take one thing away from this video, the one thing I want it to be is that we get healthy to lose weight. Okay, say it with me. We get healthy to lose weight. Losing weight is a side effect of our health. Does that make sense? Like, your body is repairing itself. Say you're insulin resistant. That's going to take some time to reverse. And, all of the damage that's been done to the inside of the body, it's going to take time to reverse. And we need to be patient with ourselves, because our body is doing a lot of work in the background without, just shedding the fat. It's helping with that insulin resistance and all the hormone imbalances, all of those kinds of things. So we really need to be patient with ourselves. And just remember that losing weight is a side effect of being healthy. The time has come to talk about my results from the last 6 months. So I started this journey at 230.6 pounds. And as of this morning, I was 198.6, which is a 32-pound loss. And I am also in Wonderland. I have not been, it's been 7 years since I have been under 200 pounds. 7 years since I have been under 200 pounds. I seriously did a dance when I stepped onto that scale, and I think I was 199 when I stepped on it. I about died. That was a really huge milestone for me. We do need to celebrate that when the scale makes those victories, because man, that was a really good one. Now I want to talk about how many inches I have lost in total. So I can show you guys over here where I started inches wise and then where I'm at now. But the total number of inches that I have lost is 24.3 inches. And you guys, 90% of that has been around my hips and my abdomen, where I carry the most of my weight is in my hips and my abdomen. And I've also lost a lot around my thighs, which, like, thick thighs save lives, but it's kind of nice to have a little bit smaller of hips as well. I will pop up some pictures for you guys as well, just so you can kind of see where I was, where I'm at now. As I was going through pictures to put in this video, I was like, man, I was bigger than I thought I was. No wonder I was so unhappy and unsatisfied with my life. It was just because I had let myself go so much. So yeah, even in one of my first videos, I was watching back and I was just like, oh my Lanta, how far I have come. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really hope that this video was helpful for you. I hope that it inspired you to start your journey, whatever that journey may be. Keto, not keto, I don't care. Just start the dang thing. You can do it. You are amazing, and we are capable of hard things. That is my favorite saying right now. You are capable of hard things, and you know what? We are. We really, 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 really are. Even though my brain doesn't believe it half the time, whatever. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye. Also, don't forget to treat yourself. This is my favorite mug. Whew, that was a good one. Proud of that one. Some good energy. See you guys.